Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Zahir Khan. My student ID is 124454. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to configure EJB with NetBeans and also how to connect NetBeans with MySQL database. So, before we start, we have to go to my computer. And from my computer, C drive, program files, NetBeans, IDE, modules, extension. From here we have to copy the driver, MySQL driver, that will help us to connect to the MySQL database. So we copy it and we have to paste it in Glassfish directory. Glassfish library. Paste it. That's it. Now we have to open our NetBeans IDE. I'm using 8.0.2. We go to service, and service go to server and start your Glassfish server. Then go to database and right click on database. Here we can see we have only Java DB, so we have to create the connection of MySQL also. So we right click, we say register MySQL server. Here I already have registered MySQL, so you need to provide this information, the name of the user you are using. Many times it's root, so I'm using KPI, so it's better to use a user with a password. It's not recommended to use root. So there are some functionalities you have to apply. The first path, you have to provide the path of MySQL admin from your MySQL directory, bin and MySQL admin. The third one, C jump MySQL bin MySQL.exe, and same in the fifth one, you have to give the MySQL admin.exe. At the end you have to write -u root stop. That just see the screen and make sure that you have done the same thing. Then okay. So we have created this thing. Now we have to create the driver also. So right click, new connection. From here we have to select our MySQL, then next. Here the database name, since I have the name of my database KPI, so I will give KPI. The username, I have already said that it's recommended or better to use a new username, not root, because we will see later on that password is really required. So see the connection, it is the connection, it is succeed, and we go next and finish. This is the connection. So right click, we can start our MySQL. See, these are the database I have, and this is the driver I have just created, KPI table. These are the tables I have. So now we are done. Now we have to do one thing else. We have to create the project. File, new project. Go to Java EE and enterprise application. Create a Java EE application. Name it as web assignment. Next, to create two modules, EJB and web application. So finish. Now we will see that we have just creating EJB modules. The name of the project is web assignment. This is the EJB part and this is the web assignment. Now the first thing we have to do is we have to create the entity beans. So before that we have to create the package known as entities. Finish, and another package for session beans. So in entities we have to create the entities. So we go to new and say entity classes from database. So we select the data source, new data source, and we give a name. Say for example JNDI_KPI. Database connection, I I'm using MySQL KPI. So click on it and OK. This is the connection I have just created before. These are the tables I have inside my KPI app database. So I will just add one table, add, you can add all of them and click next, select the list, finished. In the same way, we have to create the session link as well for those entities that we have just created. We create one entity, you can see this is the entity we have just created. So we will go to the session beans, new, we say session beans for entity classes. So we have one entity, so add it and create a session. It should be local because we're working on local machine. We're not using a remote object, we're using a local object. And just create a facet session beans. This is created now. Why we have created this is to produce this file, Glassfish resource.xml. This file is very important. There are some properties that we will be using now. So open this file and go to service, run your Glassfish server, right click, view domain, admin console. You will see that Glassfish console is running. So from here you go to JDBC. You have to create JDBC connection pools and then a resource. So first we have to create a connection pools. Create new pool name. So go to NetBeans, open that file, Glassfish resource.xml. See here we have the pool name. Copy it and paste it here. The resource type data source and the vendor should be MySQL. Next. Now here the important part comes up where this file will help us a lot. So we enable this thing to ping it automatically, then we select all the properties and delete them all. Okay, now we see we have how many properties here? Total 7. So we should add 7 properties here. New, add property 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now what are the properties? We have server name, copy, paste. What is the server name? Localhost. Then database name, KPI. Then port number, add port number. As a port number 3306. Alignment is not a problem, but anyway. Now database name, database name, KPI. Next, user, password and URL. User is KPI, password is 123. That's why I was asking to use your user, because if you use root and if your root doesn't have any password, and if you keep this place blank, it will not be safe. So while pinging, it will show the error. So it's always recommended to use a password, to use a username, user and a given password. So then we'll use the URL. We have to copy the user URL from this file and paste it here. Then we have to copy this part, driver class, paste it, and same goes for the value. We copied all the properties: server name, port number, database name, user, password, URL. Okay, let us confirm. Server name, port number, database name, user, password, URL. Okay, click on finish. invalid pool name. Go to previous. Oh, we made a mistake. We have copied the quotation also while copying the pool name. So we remove that one and we go to next. So now we have already added these things, so finish. Let us check whether it's pinged or not. Save. Successfully saved. And ping succeed. So now we have created our pool successfully. We go to the problem that the pool name that we copied the quotation mark also with that, because we copied it from this file. Mistakenly we copied the quotation also, double quotation also. So now we should go to JDBC resource and we create a resource. New. Here the GNDI name, you have to copy it from here. Be careful not to copy the double quotation again. So put and click the source. KPI pool name, sorry. I spelled KPI pool name. And then OK. Now it's done. Now to check whether it's working fine, we have to go and deploy our project. So we run clean and build. Clean and build this part as well. And then we run the project. See that we have successfully run the project. Boss क्या का assignment है इसको record में करो एक tutorial सही याद नहीं आगचन चंद एक दफे دیگه قدم در نیم راه خراب شد یک نفر دیگه آمد دو بخشی بسیار زیاد بیادر در چیز است لایبرری سان صحیح اسم میره خلاص کنم کم مونده now we have seen that it's working fine, so we'll add some design. Assignment. Method equals post and action equals an action. We just create it now. Input type equals text. Name equals email, ID equals email, and create input type equals password, name equals password, ID equals password. Create a segment pattern so that if we click to required page and so on. So we give email, give the password, we have to create a servlet. Source package, new Java package, servlet. Servlet name should be get servlet login action. Next, and finish. The login action, you have to get the values. The properties of the file. Just give the values, email, and the password, and in our admin facade session being admin facade, we have to create a business logic, insert code, add business method, check login details. Turn time should be string, parameter should be email. Parameter we are passing should be the primary key of that table, and in admin the primary key is the email. So we are adding this function method. We have to admin mail equals en dot find admin dot class, pass the email. We will go to login action. From here we will call the function. We will say if email we are providing equals, before that you have to get the reference of the session will be set. Right click, insert code, core enterprise mail. Then assignment, admin facet. Created it. So I will check if maybe we are providing equals the email. We'll say welcome. Print again. Welcome. That's it. Have to go and update it. Give the email.